Hey there, Book 2. Welcome to a belated Friday Reads video, because I can't seem to remember when Friday is. I think the last one was a not quite yet Friday Reads. Now it's a belated Friday Reads. Oh well, I'll get it right one of these days, I swear. I'm coming to you from my basement. This is not the best well-lit situation. I've kind of rigged up a very crazy thing to hold my iPad while I'm filming this. I've got like tote, 2 boxes, and some books holding the iPad on top of there. It's the only way I can get close enough to the light so you can actually see me and whatever I'm holding up. Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot of light back there, so trying to do a book tour, a bookshelf tour, is next to impossible. But anyway, on to the Friday Read section. I am still kind of listening to The Way We Live Now by Anthony Trollope. I'm way behind the read-along, let's face it. I haven't watched the last couple of videos because I don't want to spoil anything. The only time I'm really getting to reading this is if I manage to go out for a walk and take my iPod with me so I can listen to it, because I'm listening to it on the audio, and I'm just kind of want to stick with that at this point because I am enjoying the audio narration of it. And overall, it's not like my favorite so far Trollope book, but some parts of it are intriguing enough that I'm going to continue with it. There's still kind of those similar storylines where everyone wants to marry everybody off to somebody richer or well-known in society, or higher up in class or whatever, and never seems to be for love. Or if it is, then people are like, no, you can't marry that person, I refuse to let you marry that person. It's kind of a recurring theme, it seems like, within his books, but I still enjoy it because some of the characters are intriguing enough. So I'm going to continue with it. Just it'll be a much slower pace. I am continuing with my 20 pages a day Ducks Newburyport. I'm a little bit behind. I should be on 320. I'm currently on 296, but I haven't actually picked it up and done any reading yet today, so I will delve into that. I mentioned this in a video I just filmed, which is also going to go up right around the same time as the tag, but I just read this one line here in the book. Ben tells me bird flu only has to mutate a few more times to cause a global pandemic like the Spanish flu, and then if that happens, civilization will grind to a halt within a year. Weirdly timely on that, but anyway, yeah, so that's where I am with that book. Just a bit ways to go. I finally finished the Tangled Skein by David Stewart Davies. This is a Sherlock Holmes / Count Dracula mashup pastiche novel. Very thin one. I absolutely loved it. It is taking Sherlock Holmes a little bit out of his normal, storyline in a way, because, as one of the lines he said, and I forgot which story it is, ghosts need not apply, so having something paranormal in his stories is a bit unusual, but he did have a vampire kind of story before. But I loved it. I really felt almost like I was reading an Arthur Conan Doyle Sherlock Holmes story. He really captures the writing style, the characterization of Holmes and Watson, their relationship. He brings in that oddly paranormal element of Count Dracula. Also kind of had a feel like reading a Bram Stoker, the Bram Stoker novel. And I just thought it worked really quite well. Even Van Helsing makes an appearance in it. The actual vampire part of it doesn't really kick in until about page 60 within this. And before that, there is a tie-in. This is sort of loosely a sequel to The Hound of the Baskervilles. So you would want to know that storyline before you kind of start into this, because there are some recurring themes from that short story. And I love how that all played into it, too. I thought it was excellent. So, yeah, I highly recommend that one if you have a chance to track it down. And what I'm currently reading, obviously Ducks Newburyport is still on the docket. And I've picked up a cozy mystery, because I kind of just need something a little bit more light to read in these dark days. And this is A Wee Murder in My Shop, first in a new series by Fran Stewart, and it is a Scotch shop mystery. I'll just go ahead and read the synopsis for you. It says, Hamelin, Vermont isn't the most likely place for bagpipes and tartan, but at Peggy Wynn's Scotch shop, business is booming. While on a transatlantic hunt for some authentic wares to sell in her shop, Peggy is looking to forget her troubles by digging through the hidden treasures of the Scottish Highlands. With so many enchanting items on sale, Peggy can't resist buying a beautiful old tartan shawl. But once she wraps it around her shoulders, she discovers that her purchase comes with a hidden feature, the specter of a 14th century Scotsman. Unsure of her Highland fling, unsure if her Highland fling was real or a product of an overactive imagination, Peggy returns home to Vermont, only to find the dead body of her ex-boyfriend on the floor of her shop. When the police chief arrests Peggy's cousin based on some incriminating evidence, Peggy enlists her haunting Scottish companion to help figure out who really committed the crime before anyone else gets killed. I'm sorry, I love a good pun. The funny thing is, I got book 1 and book 2 that I borrowed from work just before we kind of shut down business, and I just, a Scotch shop mystery, something in Scotland, just it immediately grabbed my attention, and I didn't read the back. So this is my actual first realization that there is a Scottish ghost within the book. So I was like, oh, okay. And I've only just started. I've read like 8 pages last night before I went to bed. So I will let you know how that goes. But so far, so good. Anyway, that's what I'm reading so far. Back to my hot chocolate. And yeah, hopefully I'll get some reading done. I do have some other things I want to do, I guess, while I'm stuck at home. Going through some old books and some house cleaning and things like that. Just whatever. Today's a rainy day, so I can't get out anyway. So just got to keep busy. Hope you guys are doing well. And let me know what you're reading. I'll see you guys next time. Maybe on a Friday. Maybe not. We'll see how it goes. Bye.